It's autumn and welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel. Now we can continue the story. Excuse me, are you in charge of this store? We here on behalf of the local government to investigate a reported burglary. Yes, that's right, I'm the owner. You must be students from Thor's Military Academy. Indeed, Class 7 Group A at your service. Oh, thank goodness. We may yet have a chance to recover the Crimson Tiara. So that's the object that was stolen. Exactly, it's embedded with the priceless carnelian gemstones, captivating the hearts of all who gaze upon it. It's the centerpiece of our display under consideration to become a national reserve and valued at almost 100 million mira. Whoa, pretty pricey. Yeah, I say. It was being displayed in a big showcase in the center of the room, wasn't it? I heard that the store was fitted with the best security system money could buy, so they could display the tiara safely. I'm afraid this was all due to my carelessness. There was no problem with the recently installed security system. The problem was falling right into Panto B's trap. Wait, the Panto B? I heard all the manner of rumors about him, but I still find it hard to believe this was actually his doing. The name sounds kind of familiar. Seems like Elliot and Machias know of him. Yeah, he's quite a reputation in the capital. He calls himself a liberator of beauty, and he made quite a name for himself with a string of major thefts a number of years ago. He's even kinda fun following for the daring and graceful methods he uses during his thefts. Oh, now I remember where I heard this name before. He's the guy who managed to steal an orbital tank from the Imperial Army, right? Yeah, that's one of his most famous exploits. I seem to recall hearing that story myself. I wonder how one steals a tank. So do we know how the tiara was stolen? Pantot VP is well known for sending the victim a card notifying them of his intended crime before he commits it. Did he send a card this time? Yes, that's right. The card also contained this message. Your prize tiara has already been replaced with an imitation. However, that message was evaded. While we did have a utmost weight in our security system, we know that if anyone could get past it, it would be him. We decided to open the display case to check the tiara, but as it turns out, that's what he was counting on us to do. So that's when they stole the tiara. I'm afraid so. Unbelievable. I assume you weren't able to get a good look at the culprit's face. Indeed, as soon as we opened the display case, the lights all went out. By the time we got them back on, the tiara had vanished. I see. Sounds like he's no ordinary thief. With a piece as valuable as this, can you maybe explain how you decided to be the optimal choice about this request? Of course, please take a good look at this. To the owner of this fine, know that I have the Crimson Tiara securely in my possession. Should you fulfill my condition, I promise that I shall return to you unharmed. If not, I make no guarantees. First, you must not report this incident to Railway Military Police. Second, you must deliver the other card here to the members of Thor's Military Academy, Class 7 Group A. Third, the Group A must overcome the trial written on said card. Pantot VP. It really is addressed to us. I want the dweeb apparent reveling in his crime somehow unpleasant. Yeah, through the other hand, he seems to be giving us a chance to get the tiara back. True. Do you have this other card that the dweeb mentioned? Of course, please take this. Thank you. A riddle, is it? Well, I'm sure Vermilion capital is just referring to the city itself. But as for the feat of the Sunsurer with the heart of a lion, seems like a treasure hunt, and this card our first clue. It does seem that way. So do you think you can help us out? We are happy to. Indeed, taunting us like that, I'm all for whipping that smug satisfaction off his face. Let's be off then. Thank you so much, please find it. And next we need to go to Rachel's Plaza. The conqueror with the heart of a lion. It couldn't mean anything other than this statue of the Emperor Traihel's. Agreed, it's hard to hear a crew like that and not immediately think of Traihel's the Lionheart. And this statue is the most famous monument of him here in Heimdall. Then chances are good that be in the right place. The guard said to look at his feet. Let's do it then. Here we go, it's the same type of card as the last one too. I assume we were correct then. Well, we won't know until we check. The second key is in the northern is the seat of the prismatic police. The second key, so basically we got another scavenger hunt. So it seems. I can't believe he's making us go through this whole rigmarole. What can we do but play along? In the northern as the seat of the prismatic police. So what could that mean? Alright, we need to go Mater Park next. And then we need to move here. To pick up this card. This must be the prismatic police. Yeah, all signs point to the crystal garden, which leaves only the northern eastern seat. I'm presuming it refers to an actual place one can sit, which will suggest we ought to investigate this bench in the northeast part of the garden. Is that it? Seems so. What's it say? Let's see. The third key is at the round table where once rested the countless that supported the east of the city. Oh goody, another riddle. Still, what can we do but keep going? It seems fate has ordained that we should meet again. I recognize that voice. Oh, this guy. Who were you again? He's Baron Leblanc. Yeah, we were first met during our field study in Parehat, I believe. I'm most pleased to see that you have not forgotten me. If my eyes do not deceive me, you have two new faces among you thrown today now. Nice to meet you. I heard a mention of you from my classmates. Has your thirst for beauty brought you all the way Heimdall too? You could indeed say that. However, to meet not just in Parehat but among the elegance of the Vermilion capital as well. Truly it seems that we are bound together by a destiny most inseparable. Will you not agree? I'm not sure. Ahaha, he's a bit on the unique side, huh? Yeah, unique, let's just call it that. I couldn't sense him coming at all. Haha, please, the intensity of your stares is positively withering. Or is it that my overwhelming beauty has crushed your heart so tightly that you cannot help but gaze in wonder? Oh, I bet all the mirror I have on me, that's absolutely not the case. Haha, now if you excuse me, there's still much I must attend to. I wish you best of luck with your studies. And there he goes. So what did he come to convey to us? With that guy, who knows? And next we need to go out of street. Maybe upstairs. There's something here. The gauntlets that supported the east of the city. The gauntlet is the symbol of the Bracer Guild, isn't it? Its own emblem too. Yeah, the unshiny east parts mentioned in the note seems important as well. This building was once a branch of the guild, and while the capital once had two social branches, this is the eastern Most branch. This must be the round table. Ah, here it is. I can't believe he's even trespassed into our lodgings. Indeed, from the looks of things, it doesn't seem he touched anything else. Still not a pleasant. Yeah, it's kind of creepy knowing he was here, especially considering we don't know what he actually up to. Anyway, let's see what the next card says. Sure enough, it's another riddle, and a rather challenging one at that. Our next destination is Hemdabord. Interesting place to hide a card. The steel part present at the water's edge. The last clue seems like it might be referring to the crane here in Hemdabord, and that would make it white bird in these containers. I can't see a card architect to any of them, bro. Oh, I wonder where is it. The clue did say it will be on the bottom. Perhaps we should discuss this with whoever's in charge here and ask him to check the containers for us. That Port Chef Dapperto, we met him earlier today, so let's see if he's willing to help us. Hope the devil did that get stuck to the bottom like that. He wouldn't have been able to it without lifting the container, and that would mean the ocean the crane. But when did he do it? None of us ever noticed anything suspicious. Well, he's supposed to be a master of disguise, right? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the workers here. I can only guess as to how he might have done it, but it's definitely not something a normal person could pull off. That aside, what does the card say? Oh yeah, let's see. This one shows as obstinate as the others. From all indications, I'd say the next one is here in Hemdabord too. It says 1 key and Crimson Crown too, so at last there's that. Yeah, looks like this is the last one. Alright, we need to go here. The steel car. My guess is that the last clue refers to the orbital tram. That seems like the best fit. What about marching with the minutes? The tram schedule appears arriving and departing at present times. Hemdabord is starting and ending point for all the trams in the city, so you could say the tram here is waiting for its appointed time. That makes sense. In a weird way, I guess this is the place then. Let's get the driver's permission to have a look inside. Excuse me, do you think you could do us a favor? Sir, what do you need? The infamous Phantom Thief? Hide something in this tram car? Yes, we believe that to be the case. Wow, really well, I get where you're coming from. Go on and look around as much as you want. Thanks for your cooperation. Let's see. Not here. There's a case here. It looks like this must be the black ark mentioned on the card. Our Phantom Thief appears to have taken no pains to hide it. Isn't it kind of weird that the driver didn't notice it? Maybe Phantom Thief left it here not too long ago. I won't be so sure. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Inside the black case rested a tiara embedded with dazzling carnelians. It has also the very glow to it. Well, this is definitely the crimson tiara we've been running all over town looking for. So this thing worth 100 million mira. I'm most afraid to handle it. Yeah, we gotta be really careful about getting this back to the jeweler safely.
So the tiara really was in there, huh? Now I'm wondering if the last passenger who stepped off the tram was Phantom Thief B himself. I don't remember there being any unusual passengers on board, though.
I see. So you have no idea who Phantom Thief B could have been then?
To have done so much and yet left no trace of his presence. He must truly be a master at covering his tracks.
I'll say. But hey, at least we were able to get the tiara back. I suppose that's good enough.
What's wrong, Reen?
Why are you staring at me like that?
I think it's time we put an end to this little charade. Don't you, Baron Blue Blanc? Or should I call you Phantom Thief B?
What? This savory taste is why the unripe fruit is the most delectable of all.
Wait, aren't you the Baron we met earlier? But that mask...
That's the mask of Phantom Thief B!
Allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Phantom Thief Blue Blanc, otherwise known simply as Phantom Thief B. Baron Blue Blanc is but one of the many roles I have assumed during my pursuits. Incidentally, might I ask when you first discovered my true identity?
It didn't really take much discovering. You went out of your way to show up in the Crystal Garden after all. Now, maybe it's just me, but I find it hard to believe you were seriously trying to hide your identity to begin with. Your disguises? Nothing short of perfect, I have to admit. But with all the work you've put into this, I suspected you might come check on us near the end of your little game.
Ha ha! I see! Excellent deductive reasoning. Simply splendid!
But why would you do something like this? Why go to all the trouble?
Ah, does that interest you? Must there be a motive?
Nah. Now that we know your identity, there's nothing more to discuss.
Theft is a crime.
Indeed. A crime we will not allow to go unpunished.
Ah, what spirited youths you are!
Nice. Magic trick.
What? How did he do that?
Just a little trick I like to keep up my sleeve. Regardless, you have provided me with plenty of sport and more than enough entertainment for one day. I'll be watching your future achievements with keen interest. Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, I bid you adieu.
He disappeared again.
That's an interesting trick.
That's quite a little trick.
He might still be nearby. Let's search the area.
Well, at last we got the tiara back. I can't believe that you were able to recover the tiara safely. How can I ever thank you? I also get the impression be the reason he stole it in the first place. Maybe we should apologize to you. Oh no, not at all. Under the VP request, conquest have always seemed to have capricious. I imagine he just decided to use all of you as a convenient excuse for his latest. Given how fixated on us he seemed, I don't think that's at all likely. We're better not to say anything. Indeed, the last thing we want is to cause more confusion here. I'm afraid I can't offer you much, but please take this as a token of my thanks. Thank you. This is a lot of Sepid. Are you sure it's alright to give it us that much? It almost feels like more than we deserve. Well, this is a very particular after all. We have more Sepid lying around than we know what to do with it. Ahaha, well, that does make sense, thank you very much. Think nothing of it. It's the least I could do after all you done was. Whoops, wrong way. Phew, that was quite exciting. And the VP was an even more unpleasant fellow than I had expected. Annoying to think his mug was watching us the whole time. Yeah, his name is pretty well known around here. He was plainly suspicious even when we first met, but I didn't suspect he proved this much of a troublemaker. Something wrong, Rain? I was just thinking he must be incredibly skilled. He disguised himself so well that he was virtually unrecognizable, to not to mention all those other things he did. If these were martial arts we were talking about, he'd definitely be at the master level. I can't disagree, true. But why would someone like that try to mess with us? He especially asked for Group A too. I can't imagine why. Hold on. Is it my water again? This is Class 7 Group A's Grange Watcher speaking. Hello, sounds like you've been keeping yourselves busy. I know it's you, Instructor Sarah. Oh, got it. Hope you guys don't tell me, is it your smoldering love for your tragically beautiful teacher? I've many feelings about you, but love would be rich in it. Anyway, you don't usually call us while we out on the field today. Is something wrong? Actually, there's somewhere I like to Group A to go. When you finish up what you have to do for field today, I like you to head over the Sand District. Okay, let's see. That's where Hemda Cathedral and the embassies are, right? I think Alice Academy is somewhere around there too. Yeah, that's the place I want all of you assembled outside at 5 o'clock. Group B will be there too. What? Don't worry, I already informed the governor about this, so go ahead and enjoy yourselves. Anyway, have fun, doodles. Hey, hold on. What's wrong now? It sounded the instructor is being her usual impressible self again. Pretty much, I don't know what she's thinking. Oh, I know where that is. That Girls' Academy for Nobles, isn't that the one your sister attends? I have people acquaintances who attend them myself. But I can imagine why she have us all meet the Girls' Academy, huh? I'm kind of curious. I'm sure she has her reasons, weird ones probably. It's almost evening, so we should finish up here and start heading over. The best way to get to Sank District is by tram, right? Yeah, doesn't matter where we catch the tram from. It passed through here then. I almost read to think what we have to do when we get there. Alright, here we go. I doubt we have time to do anything else once we arrive at the Sank District. Should we get going? Here we are.
They were wearing the same uniform as Reen's sister.
Yeah, they must go to St. Estrella too.
So, the famous St. Estrella Girls' School is around here, huh? It's supposed to be a combined middle and high school exclusively for the young ladies of the nobility.
Yeah, this is one part of the capital that the masses have no reason to visit. Although, I can at least support the school's commitment to fostering chastity and rejecting materialism.
You seem to know an awful lot about a fancy girls' school.
No, I don't. This is all just common knowledge.
Anyway, let's go and wait by the front gate.
Yeah, those were the instructor's orders.
I'm feeling kind of nervous, actually.
Why would you?
To men, this academy must seem clad in the mysterious, impenetrable aura of feminine nobility.
I was wondering, did you not want to come here, Laura?
My father did recommend it to me, but they offered no classes in the martial arts. That alone was reason enough to look elsewhere.
I can totally understand that.
Though I get the feeling Laura would cause a real uproar if she went to a school for genteel young ladies.
Yeah, I can picture the chaos now.
Oh? I have a number of acquaintances who attend there, and from all I hear, it does seem to be a wonderful school. I've heard that even Princess Alphen herself is a student there.
I've heard that too.
Princess who?
You've seriously never heard of her? I know you're not from Erebonia, but even still.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if plenty of Erebonians didn't know who she is.
Princess Alphen is the daughter of our reigning emperor, His Majesty Emperor Eugit. She's supposed to be as sweet as an angel and popular with everyone.
Is that so?
Actually, I believe she's the same age as Fee. I've had the opportunity to meet her once before. She truly is as charming as the rumor suggests.
I figured as much. I've seen photographs of her plenty of times in magazines, though I've never had the opportunity to meet her.
Sounds like she's in the same school year as Elise, come to think of it. She has a twin brother, too, Prince Cedric. He's the crown prince of Erebonia.
Oh, right. I think I've seen a picture of the prince in a magazine before. Dark blonde hair, like Eustace's brother, right?
Oh, I think you're thinking of Prince Oliver. He's Cedric and Alphen's older brother.
Why isn't he the crown prince then?
I've heard the reason is that his mother was a commoner. It seems like a stupid reason to deny him the right of succession, but that's how nobles do things.
I feel like I've been hearing his name a lot lately. He made a big splash when he came back from Liberl aboard that airship. You know the one, right?
Ah, you must be referring to his return aboard the Arcel, after the crisis in Liberl was put to rest.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It really made a big impact. I'd never seen an airship that looked so white and elegant before.
I believe my father went to welcome the prince back in his capacity as imperial governor, too. And yeah, now that you mention it, that does seem to be when I started hearing his name around a lot more.
Oh, you're all here already. It's good to see you all again.
You're a bunch of early birds, aren't you?
Well, we just about finished up everything we had to do when we got the call to meet here.
Were you able to finish up everything on your end, too?
As if we'd leave any loose ends. If not for our unfamiliarity with the city, we would have been finished this morning.
Every time.
Looks like getting these two to kiss and make up will be an uphill battle.
Well, some say that when someone gets under your skin, it means you really care about what they think.
Wait, did you two?
I figured the girls would be the first to notice.
Of course, I apologize for any worry I've caused you.
We're fine now.
Really? That's great! It sure is. Maybe after this field study is over, we can get together and spend the night talking in one of our rooms.
Sounds good.
The thought of a Class 7 pajama party makes me a little embarrassed.
That's girls for you.
Girls and sleepovers go together like jam and toast, huh?
Let's get going.
That must be Heimdall Cathedral's bell.
It has a solemn, stately sound, wouldn't you say?
It sounds so different from how it does in the Ost district. Though that makes sense considering the distance.
That bell ringing must mean it's 5 o'clock, which means it's almost the time we were supposed to meet here.
Reen?
Elise, what are you doing here? Wait, I guess this is your school, so where else would you be?
Yes. I see all of your classmates are with you too.
It's only been a week since we saw you, hasn't it?
Well, we were told to meet here.
Wait a minute. Are you the ones? The 9 guests I was told to expect at 5 o'clock sharp?
Well, there are 9 of us in Class 7. Wait, what?
Then that would mean you're the one we were told wanted us to come here?
Actually, I suspect that would be a friend of mine. Why does she always have to be such a mischief maker? I swear, she could have at least given me a little warning that you were coming.
Elise?
Anyway, where are my manners? Welcome to St. Estraya Girls' School. I hope
Thanks.
you enjoy your visit. Right this way.
I can feel the stairs pouring house in my head. Pay them no mind. Haha, we certainly do seem to be stars of the show today. He and Laura as popular as ever. I can say that being admired doesn't feel nice, but please don't be too hard on them. We don't have many opportunities to meet people from outside the school. Actually, you are right. I don't know, I don't care. Rosen Garden.
What's in here?
It looks like an indoor garden.
This is the Academy's Rose Garden. The person who called you here is waiting inside.
Who did call us here anyway?
Whoever they are, they must have considerable social standing.
Your Highness, I brought the guests. Thank you. Please show them in.
Oh,
No way.
Hey, Elise, is that...
You don't need to ask when you already know. Now, if you'll follow me. I knew it.
Hello there.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. My name is Alphin. Alphin Rice Arner. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Come on, Elise, cheer up. I'm sorry, all right? I was only trying to tease you a little. Don't you have something you wanted to discuss with everyone? Please, go right ahead. Well, that aside, it's been a long time since I last saw both of you, Eustace and Laura. I'm glad to see you're both well.
Likewise, Your Highness.
You've become even more fetching since we last met.
Aw, thank you. I was rather hoping that you'd decide to enroll in Saint Estrella too, but it seems you chose to attend Thor's after all.
Well, I've committed myself to following the way of the sword, and Thor's gives me a place to hone my skills. I apologize for not being able to live up to your expectations.
First I lost Angelica to Thor's, then you too. Perhaps I should just transfer there next year myself. Your Highness. Got you to look. But I...
Well, she seems lively.
She seems far more easygoing than I was expecting.
I've heard plenty about her, but none of that prepared me for meeting her in person.
So, this is what it's like to be in the presence of royalty. It's actually rather overwhelming.
I can see why people always compare her to an angel.
Me too.
Please don't worry about me. Well, I still have much to learn before I feel like I deserve my status among the nobility. I've been blessed with wonderful friends, and I'm enjoying life here at the Academy.
Well, she does seem to have at least one wonderful friend. Kind of an understatement when that friend happens to be Princess Elphin.
I'm particularly happy to finally be able to meet you, Reen Schwarzer. Elise has told me so much about you. Your Highness!
I'm honored that you'd say so. Elise always mentions in her letters what a great friend she has. As her brother, I wanted to thank you for that.
Reen? Oh, it's so refreshing. You're every bit the person Elise says you are. Perhaps even more so.
Huh?
Actually, I have a teensy-weensy favor to ask. Do you think I could join Elise in thinking of you as my dear brother as well?
What?
Your Highness! You see, Elise has spoken of you so often that in my heart, you've already come to feel like family. And now that I've had the opportunity to meet you, I fear I simply can't suppress these feelings any longer. I have 2 brothers already, of course, so I'm sure it won't take long to adjust.
I couldn't possibly. I mean...
That's enough, Your Highness. Aw, don't be so stingy. Surely it wouldn't hurt to share him with me a little. Anyway, that aside, the reason I called you here today was not to talk with me. There is someone else who would like to meet you.
Why? It's not like we're famous.
Who do you mean?
Hey, isn't that...
A guitar? No, a lute?
Oh, it seems he's arrived. Oh,
I apologize for keeping you waiting.
it's a pleasure to see you again.
And you as well, young lady. Well, I trust everyone here has been making themselves comfortable.
Who's this guy?
I'm not sure, though I feel like I've seen him somewhere before.
I serve as a music instructor in the hallowed halls of this fine academic institution. In truth, I am ever on the hunt for that elusive mayfly we call love. But that might raise eyebrows at a girls' school. But whose pulse would not quicken wandering into this untainted cloister of dew-eyed maidens? Ah, the romance.
Could he be?
Ow! I think that's quite enough. Any more of that and our guests may start edging toward the exit.
Ah, I can always count on you to never miss a beat, my dear sister.
Oh, wait. So this is... Whoa!
Indeed.
Prince Olivert.
'Tis I, Olivert Rice Arner, also known by some unscrupulous individuals as the debaucherous prince. I also serve as Thor's Military Academy's ornamental chairman of the board. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
What a nice table.
I have to admit, I was surprised to learn that you're the chairman of the board of directors, Your Highness. I'd heard that the chairman was a member of the imperial family, but still.
I'm not surprised. Who would expect the infamous prodigal son to chair a committee at a prestigious academy like Thor's? I suppose it's not surprising they'd rather keep it hushed up, though. It wouldn't exactly be great for the school's image.
That's surprisingly forthright coming from you.
Is it really true, though? I mean, that you were the one responsible for establishing Class 7, Your Highness?
Indeed, I was. You see, it's always been a tradition that a member of the imperial family serves as chairman of the board. At first, I wore the title in name only, but I had a change of heart after my vacation in Liberl 2 years ago.
You were in Liberl back then?
That would put your visit during the incident that occurred there, correct?
Right. All I've done since I returned to Erebonia has been inspired by my experience during the crisis in Liberl. As a result, fruitless though they may prove to be, I've set a number of plans in motion. One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's Military Academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
Winds of change, huh?
I can only assume you're referring to our class?
Then the one who decided to throw both commoners and nobles into the same class was...
Yes, the idea was mine. Although the selected students also had to have a high aptitude with the Arcus units too.
I think I'm finally starting to understand the reasoning behind Class 7 and why we're being sent all over Erebonia on these field studies.
To show us firsthand and give us cause to consider the conflict between the two factions. That is the purpose behind our field studies. Is it not, Your Highness?
That is one of the reasons, yes. However, my foremost intention was to show you that during your lives, you will encounter many obstacles and conflicts, not just between factions, but between the capital and the provinces, tradition and technology, even between nations. In these turbulent times, I thought that this would provide the hands-on education today's promising youths need. We need up-and-comers who can think and act independently to face tomorrow's challenges head-on.
That makes sense.
Wow, that's quite a plan.
I can't help but feel a little unsure whether we can live up to such high expectations.
Hearing your explanation has, at the very least, cleared up many of the doubts I've had up to this point.
Class 7 does seem like an ideal environment to expand one's outlook on life.
I feel like going through everything we have so far has brought us closer to doing exactly that.
Yep.
Marvelous. I'm so pleased to hear it. Just listening to you makes me feel even more certain that establishing Class 7 was the right decision. Especially since while the idea itself was mine, I have no real say in how the classes run day to day. Even so, I still hope to meet all of you at least once, if only to tell you all this. That was when Alphen stepped in and offered to set up this little meeting.
I see. Well, I could hardly refuse such a sincere request from my brother. But it also presented me a fine chance to finally meet Elise's beloved brother, as I've always wanted to. Your Highness.
Thank you for taking the time to tell us all of this, Your Highness. I feel like now that I know, I want to live up to the promise you saw in Class 7. Thing is, am I right in assuming that Class 7 doesn't exist just to fulfill your progressive ideal?
What do you...
Oh?
The board has its chairman, of course, but 3 directors besides. My older brother Rufus, Imperial Governor Karl Regnitz, and Irina Reinford of the Reinford Group.
Oh, yeah.
Now that you mention it,
They do seem to have certain expectations for us.
Precisely. As I mentioned, I no longer have anything to do with how Class 7 is run. That authority lies with the directors. As you're keenly aware, Rufus and Governor Regnitz sit on opposite sides of the factional divide. And while Chairman Irina is mostly involved with Class 7's technology, like the Arcus, her intentions are a mystery to me. And it's those 3 who decide where you'll travel for your field studies.
Is that right?
When you put it that way, it does make it seem like some kind of bargaining is taking place behind the scenes.
It was one of the conditions they gave in exchange for allowing Class 7 to be established. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country. Well, I suppose when I put it that way, it sounds positively heroic. But that's just me. Don't feel too pressured by it. You're students, first and foremost. Reach out and grab that fragrant rose of school life. Join a club. Eat cheap food with your friends at midnight. Fall in love. We live but once. Make your youth count.
You know, it's weird, but hearing you say that kind of takes a load off my mind.
By the way, just earlier you said that we believed the Class 7 would be a great light. Is there someone else involved with Thor's who shares your vision for our class, Your Highness?
There is. Principal Van Dyke. I once attended Thor's myself and studied under him. He gave my proposal to establish Class 7 his full backing.
I see.
He's been particularly considerate toward us ever since we arrived at the Academy.
While he has no direct control over the running of the Academy, he does preside over the board meeting. And above all, he's the one who assembled an excellent team to give you first-rate training.
An excellent team, you say?
Are you referring to Instructor Sarah?
Well, she's certainly one of them. Still, coaxing her away from her former line of work certainly played a large part in giving Class 7 a great foundation. She is, after all, one of the strongest people in the Empire, and her experience makes her a natural field leader.
Wait, what?
Instructor Sarah? One of the strongest people in Erebonia?
Exactly what experience might you be referring?
I've even heard rumors of her daring exploits myself. She was known as the Purple Lightning. Doesn't that sound exciting?
Wait, Purple Lightning?
I knew it.
if you 2 have heard of it, it must be a household name among martial artists.
That's right. Though I've just heard it in passing.
Ah, that young ace of the Erebonian Bracer Guild, and one of the Empire's most famous bracers. She has a history full of brave feats and dangerous deeds. She was even the youngest bracer to achieve A-rank status. Back then, she was known as the Purple Lightning. Now, you know her simply as your homeroom teacher.
And that's that. Thanks for watching, remember to subscribe and like the video, and I see you guys next time.